Hi, this is my presentation on open standards, AI, and data for better business decisions. So I'm working with Cabinet Office Central Digital and Data Office as Modernizing Technology Program Manager and leading on emerging technology, innovation, and sustainability, as well as whole of the program management. So this is my presentation, so I will share with you my thoughts and my experiences working in this area because I have worked with various financial sector, with government sector, with the consultancies, implementing various solutions using open standards, AI, APIs, and data. So why it is important? So the source is here from Domomo. At every minute of the day, how much data we are using. It's you can see 5.9 million Google searches. This is 2022 data, which has been published and which I'm showing. So a huge amount of data which is being generated. That's how the AI has become so important and generative AI become so important. 16 million text messages, Facebook content which is there, Instagram posts, Twitter posts, and so on. So huge content. If we do that maths and we go into kind of how many data is generated every day, it's 2.6 quintillion byte, and 1 quintillion is 10 raised to power 36. And you can see each year the data is increasing. Huge changes there, but data. So that means we can now use the data for better business decisions because more computing power is available. Complex computing can be done easily, quickly, and that's how we can use now data for better business decisions. And that's every minute of the day, as was in the infographic. I just put it here that how much data is there that which we are generating, and companies or organizations, government can use for better citizen services, better services to the customer, and so on. So this is hugely important because data is being generated every day, it's increasing day by day, and we need to be very careful about data also and what we put on the internet, and that's where the challenges of security comes. And that's where as we said, we have moved from BI to artificial intelligence, from business intelligence to artificial intelligence. And as we say, uh, earlier there were data science skills which people were using, data analysis software, QlikView, Microsoft Power BI, but now more of data science skills are used with machine learning, big data, Hadoop, algorithm development is being used. But there is a overlap between the two. So as we call this, there's a traditional AI, and now new is that also generative AI, which is coming into play. Current challenges, what we have is transparency and accountability, that still it is a black box. Data quality and algorithm, people don't have the trust in the algorithm which is there, the integrity of the data, and people have still the challenges, organizations have still the challenges about understanding that how the data will be available and what is the integrity of the data, and is my data secure, is my data private. And there is a lack of expertise, lack of resources, and also workforce development is that their regulations are not still there, legal and ethical considerations are not there, security, legacy system and integration. There are so many legacy systems still we can't integrate, we can't get data at the moment. So there are current challenges which we need to address. And that's where the opportunities also lie, because there are challenges, so there are opportunities which are available to us, which we can exploit to use the data in a better way, which means enhanced. So the opportunities are enhanced efficiency, productivity, better services to citizens, data driven decision making, data driven policy making, business case, project reports, and so on, in medical field, in software coding. So you name a field, the data is available nowadays, and we can use that for better productivity, efficiency, better services, better quality of products. So whatever is the organization's goal, we can achieve that with the better use of data. And huge impetus is given to the this field by various governments from China to India to US to UK. Every country is putting huge amount of money in this area because this can lead into more savings, better citizen services, and better quality products for the customers. And Gartner has put this in a very good way, that what are the stages where we classify the problem to deploy the problem. That is, we need to be understanding what is my current problem. I may have hundreds of problems, but what I need to solve. So that's what we need to see, that, okay, this is a problem which is more pressing than the other. So that's why this is priority one, then priority two, priority three. So then acquire the data according to that problem, and then process the data, create the model, because modeling and algorithm has to be there, because each algorithm cannot be used for each kind of processing. So there are different algorithms, different models, different goals. In each have a different set of criteria to solve, and you can use a particular set for optimization. And then you can deploy the model. But it's not once that you have deployed and it will work. That is why it is called continuous machine learning model and control framework. That's where we always say that it's a continuous circle which is there, that you have to organize the data, to analyze the data, plan and acquire, deliver. So basically you go on doing this continuously, and machine goes on building its database, and so that it can deliver the better outputs for you. So it is self-learning, and that's why it has to improve upon itself by learning from the current systems. That's where the continuous circle, it's a continuous improvement of your data, of your model, of your algorithm, so that you can better process the data. And here we say we have moved from the rule-based to the technical-based. Everyone has used the macros, VB scripts, and now we have moved into transformational state where Google, DeepMind, TensorFlow, artificial intelligence, virtual assistants, Alexa, Siri, and now generative AI, which is self-learning, autonomous, unbounded models, self-learning models, electric vehicles, chatbots, graphic creators, music creators, any kind of things can be done. And that's where I'm giving you an example where it was implemented in a bank, and it was workforce management optimization thing which was done, and the total cost was 6 million, and we saved the bank 9.5 million in the first year itself, and overall efficiency increase, as well as that um, number of FTEs reduced. So that's where it has a great potential if used correctly, without impacting your workforce. Also, you can achieve the targets, and that's where we get those efficiencies. And that's where we have improved on to generative AI, which is currently hot topic. Because this is the traditional AI was working on the data, but now it can work on images, text, audio, video, music, everything can be done. And that's where different tools are available to you. You can use whichever you want. Large language models, governments are also fascinated by it, and trying to explore the potential which it can give to the organization, to the government, and ahead of, so that we can better provide the services to the citizens. And hugely, as we say, a word in which your organization is 50% human and 85% robot. And that's where we see that, as Gartner has said, one third of the workforce may be replaced by robots by year 2025. Huge potential, huge. That's where Internet of Things have also come in, because of the better computing facility, better broadband facilities, local area network, low power wide area network, wireless protocols. So smart homes, smart cities, healthcare IoT, agriculture IoT, industrial IoT. So everywhere you can connect various devices into and create a better solution for the citizen, better solution for the government to control the things. And that's where we you put it in a way that from problems understanding to the deployment, it takes around, so maximum time is spent around data preparation and data modeling. So you see around 40 to 70% of your time will go there, and rest of the time is by for the it's very small time. So that's where we need to understand where you need the data scientists, where you need the business, where you need the IT operations. And that's where the interoperability comes. That why we need this interoperability, because there is improved collaboration, easier innovation, flexibility, data monetization. um, like Stripe was an organization which started with the 7 lines of code and now grew up to 36 billion. Data monetization, AccuWeather has done that. So added security is created. And that's where the APIs with the open standards, and since we are in the government push for open standard, open source technologies, and that's where we say we support and encourage use of open standards in the government. And why we do that is because they are available to general public and they can facilitate interoperability, data exchanges better, and different products and services can be widespread adoption. And advantages, of course, from low cost, vendor neutrality, no lock-ins, no boundaries, high quality software, no license management. There are huge opportunities of using open standard. That's why we are saying that people to use open standards, open source technologies, so that you can save the cost and better collaboration can be done with the various things which are available to you, from Unicode to HTML to uh, and Kubernetes and so on. So you can go on doing the things where we can improve upon these services. So Swagger, 360-degree giving, JSON, so on. So there is so much open source things are available nowadays. So which means engagement models are easier to make, optimize channel performance while maintaining business continuity. People say that there is a problem with you can address the disparity, take advantage of expertise of the back end, and legacy system integration. You can do uh, drive the enterprise grade artifacts. Some people say that there is a challenge of security or those kind of thing, but there is a better collaborations available on open source than the others, because in vendors there is always a vendor will issue a patch if there is a security problem or anything to be updated. But here open source community can look into the problem area and can quickly come up with a patch, quickly come with a fix into it. So that's where we come from: legacy system integration, enterprise system integration, third-party integration, business to business integration through APIs. And it because we have different ways to connect, from middleware to webhooks to electronic data interchange, application interface. We will focus on the various approaches. Point-to-point model were there, hub and spoke model people have used, enterprise service bus people have used. But currently, I'm going to talk of the APIs, because traditional architecture was service bus and do this. But now fine-grained deployment of service-oriented architecture, where you have different services can interact through API gateway management, and they can easily integrate with security. One API doesn't know what the other is doing, so the data is secure, private, and so on, encapsulated within the API, so that you can distinguish between different APIs and secure them as much as you think. And that's where common API examples which we have been using, universal logins, third-party payment processing, travel booking comparison, Google Maps, Twitter, so many other companies. The list is endless. So there's everywhere, every company, in government, we have published the APIs also. You can see the GitHub, which is publicly available. And as we say, that open types of API, which we say from open APIs to partner to internal to composite. Open APIs which are available as HTTP protocol, partner APIs which are available to you with which you can with the only partner you share the data internal within the organization, and composite APIs, which are service allow users to composite API in microservice architecture, which single task may require information for several resources. That's where it helps you to get the data, and that's where you can connect to a backend system with API management system to any of your net things which you are trying to do, your apps, IoT devices, mobiles, citizen services, other data, government data. So list is endless. And the protocols, probably you have used these protocols from SOAP to XML to JSON to REST. Each has its own capability, each has its own use. So use it judiciously where you think this is more useful. And in government, we will always use, most of the time it is REST, sometimes XML, depending on which service is there. And as we say, microservice architecture, from one service to API gateways to microservices to DevOps, so that they can quickly fix one problem, which helps in continuous integration and continuous deployment, so that even you don't have to shut down your system for making the changes. You can make the changes as on the go without making any impact on the front end, that people will not see that there is a downtime of the service. So you can have a zero downtime for your service or the product. Big data architecture. So it's a huge big data stores, which whether you use Hadoop or anything else, data sources from data source, then orchestration of the data, analytics and reporting. And that's where I think you can use this for IoT architecture also. You can create various feeds where are your machine learning, data provisioning, API provisioning, cloud gateways. You can all integrate by using various API gateways and through different processing systems. API standards, as we say, probably you may be knowing, where we have different API standards. Every API should be 10 commandments, which every API should be adhering to. We should take care of this while creating the APIs. And government is creating different services using open data, open API, with ONS, with the integrated data services, which you can see on the net. UKRI, which is data research. Amazon uses the big data. Facebook uses for marketing influences, election and result influence. There are famous companies which have been blacklisted also. In Brexit, it has been used extensively. Data has been used. So similar to that. So there are a couple of examples which I'm sharing quickly. One is, of course, the International Transparency Initiative, which is sharing the PDF files across, and NGOs. So it is using APIs hugely, so that various grant systems can be integrated together, so that we can publish the data. And there are around 539 organizations which have been integrated through this. Polling station, which is as we call ambulance services. So this one is for ambulance services, which is basically multi-agent incident transfer system between various agencies, from emergency response from ambulance to police to fire brigade. So they are all being integrated with open standards. Polling stations have also been integrated with, from local bodies to the BBC to other platforms. So it's very easy to provide those APIs so that people can pull the data and provide the data. So there are ample opportunities, I think, and I am more than happy to take any questions. And I think with that, I say open standards with the use of API, with the use of artificial intelligence and machine learning, we can provide better citizen services as well as better quality products to the customers by any private organization or by government, better policy writing with the better use of data which is available. And thanks for this. Thanks for listening to me.